What's today? The 31st. Here we go. We lie. That's the goal. That's Marvin Gaye on the shirt.
Marvin Gaye, man. Y'all know who it is. DC legend. Got the Howard sweater on. We repping HU. Howard University today. The Mecca.
Shout out. We got some Howard. We're going to talk some Howard, a little bit of Howard in the show today, too.
You already know it, man. What's up, good people, man? Happy Halloween, man. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween. We are back for another episode of Overreaction Monday with the Man to Man Pod. Week 8 wraps up tonight with the Bengals, Browns on Monday Night Football. Kick this week off with Thursday Night Football, Baltimore Ravens, Tampa Bay Bucks. So obviously we're going to talk about that game all the way up into the Sunday night game against the Bills in Green Bay and kind of everything that happened in between. Got some other stories and videos, questions, comments to get to as well. Should be a pretty good show. I'm looking forward to it, man. How was your weekend, B?
Weekend was good, man. It was good. Again, one of them weekends running behind the little ones and their activities, man. But I love it. Wouldn't have it any other way. Yesterday, man, was able to just chill on the couch, man, and just catch up on the football, man. Had the Sunday Sunday ticket popping. And like you said, man, just being able to catch up on all these games, man, so we can get up on here with our fam, man, and talk ball.
Yeah, man, I'm looking forward to it, man. I had a good weekend as well. Obviously, all the Halloween festivity. I don't really celebrate Halloween. The kids do, though. I just got to accept that at this point. The kids do. Kids dress up. They went to a haunted house. Still undecided on if they're going to go trick-or-treating or not. We might go trunk-or-treating a little drink. We got to school, but y'all be safe out there. All right, be safe, be careful out there, and obviously enjoy yourselves with your family, with the little ones. Obviously, it's all about them, man. But should be a good one, man. Should be a good one today. A lot of good football play yesterday.
A lot of good ball, man. A lot of good performances individually. On the winning side and losing side, man.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm excited to tap into it, man. So we can get everybody's overreaction, because I'm gonna have some.
It's week 8, going to week 9, about that halfway point. It's about time for some overreactions now.
And I think at this point, it's not even overreacting. Now we midway, like you kind of like diving into what you really are. Yeah, barbecue mildew. Yeah. So we might gotta change this up in about a couple of weeks. Ain't no more overreaction. It is what it is.
Tell it what it is. What it is. Mondays.
Yeah, it is what it is.
We got the trade deadline is what, tomorrow, November 1st.
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow. So been seeing some rumblings about some players. Kamara, they were talking about trading him. He went off and had 3 touchdowns yesterday. Bradley Chubb may potentially be on the block. Along with some Elijah Moore. He done said he wanted out of New York. Jets receiver. Anybody else potentially on the move?
Bradley Chubb and AK, man. Those are the two biggest names that I've heard.
Kareem Hunt too.
Kareem Hunt. Yeah, Kareem Hunt. Yep. So we'll see, man. If it happens, guess what? It's gonna be the day. So we definitely gonna stay tuned with that too, man. While doing the show, we might get some movement.
Might get some breaking news, man. So yeah, we'll see y'all on the other side, man. Appreciate y'all as always. Yo. Welcome back. We might as well start right with Sunday Night Football, man. We might as well jump out there. Oh, nah. Actually, before before we get there. So y'all know we got the Monday live show. We got the Thursday live show. Then we got the Saturday recorded pick show. And all year, AB and myself have been putting out picks all week long. I mean, all year long. We see these picks. So week 8, these are our week 8 picks. So far, we still got tonight's game. Which way did you go tonight?
You know where I went.
I forgot, man. Which way you went?
Joe Burrow and the boys, man. Cincinnati.
Oh, okay. But as of right now, through week 8, I'm 10-4 right now this week on the money line. 8-6 against the spread. Our producer Tone, he's 5-9 right now money line. Damn, Tone,
Stank.
6-8 against the spread though.
And through week 8, man, I'm 9-5 money line and 6-8 against the spread.
Yeah, sir. I don't know what Tone was on. This is on the year, man. This is the first. I saw these numbers for the first time a couple of days ago, and then obviously updated through this week so far. A little surprised, but I thought I was doing worse than this, honestly.
Yeah, and honestly, I thought I was doing better against the spread, and then me and D Buck, man, we on Tone back. We like, man, we need a recount on both on both ends. You know what I mean? But for the year, money line, I'm 71-49-1, and against the spread, I'm 57-61-3. Against the spread is stank. And for the listeners and the viewers, for the viewers who can see, the numbers below the records is how many weeks we've been leading in that particular category. So I've been leading 4 weeks. Well, I've led 4 times in money line, and against the spread, it's been 5.
Yep. Me and AB, we got the same record. The money line. For those who don't know, just straight up who's gonna win, who's gonna lose. So 71-49-1 money line, and then pretty much 500. Got 3 ties, but 59-59-3 against the spread. Right now through week 8, you know what? I take that. I'm starting right now at square 1, and then our producer Tone, he's 63-57-1 money line, 52-66-3 against the spread. It's been tough. It's been a very unpredictable year this season so far. So like I said, I take where I'm at right now, and obviously I'm gonna have that Monday night parlay for y'all tonight. But man.
Talking about that parlay, man. I had a huge I had a huge win last night. Damn, Tone. I should have told Tone to put that up. But shout out to Prize Picks, man. Prize Pick. Tapped in with them. Daily fantasy sports. They give you projections. It's easy. You go in there, hey, either more or less. Man, last night I had I'll say yesterday, I had some of my projections, man. I had Tua more than 270.5 passing yards.
Man.
I had Aaron Rodgers less than 235.5 passing yards. I had Jalen Waddle more than 68.5 receiving yards, and I had AJ Brown more than 5 receptions, man. And I hit on all 4. That was a power play. So that was times 10 my money. Shout out to Prize Picks, man.
That was a nice little hit right there.
Nice one.
And that was some good, man. Speaking of one of those plays, I think you said A-Rod was under 235?
Under 235.5.
So you had no faith going into Sunday Night Football
at all. Have you seen the Green Bay Packers play, and then have you seen the Buffalo Bills play?
No faith, man. It was. I watched the game last night, and it was bad, man, because the Packers, they couldn't even put the ball in A-Rod's hand to really do anything. Like, literally, they down 17 points in the second half and just handed it off, run, because they literally couldn't drop back and protect A-Rod in a regular quarterback drop, a regular 5-7 step drop. Shit was crazy. And even at one point, Von Miller was asked after the game, kind of, what was your conversation with A-Rod? He was like, that was the conversation. I'm like, why they not dropping back more? I want some more opportunities to sack your ass, but they were handed it off. Aaron Jones had a good day on the ground, obviously, but the Bills were in control from this one from beginning to end. Man, what was your takeaways from this game? Obviously, you weren't surprised by this one.
Nah, not at all. We had talked about it on the Saturday pick show, and you was like, man, I'm taking Green Bay with, as far as the spread. And I'm like, man, the Bills gonna cover. I had no faith in the Green Bay Packers coming into this game, man. Again, the Green Bay Packers, they've been struggling on the offensive side of the ball. Their top receiver was out. A couple of weeks prior, they were talking about simplifying the offense. I felt as though, hey, give A.J. Dillon and Aaron Jones the ball, on the onset. But last night, Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, you've seen Stephon Diggs chirping with the corners, Alexander. So they came in ready. So again, man, Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills, they're hot right now. And that offense it's tough to stop that offense. And then on the defensive side of the ball, and you did a great job breaking it down, is 90% of the time you're gonna see Buffalo Bills defense in a two high.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? And that just goes to show you how much confidence Leslie Frazier has in his front seven. And last night, that front seven, it came to work. Von Miller, Edmonds, you got guys stuffing the front, man. Yeah, Oliver. Man. So Oliver, yeah, man. So it's just that team is just playing complementary ball, and we speak on that often here on the show. Where the offense feeds off the defense feeds off the offense, special teams doing their part as well. So again, man, I was on the train early this year on the Buffalo Bills. I'm still on that train. If I had to pick today, I would have them in the bowl, just the way they're playing as a team. I would, coming from the AFC, I would have them in the Super Bowl. But man, like that was and this score, man, it's not an indication of what that game was. Like the Buffalo Bills really whooped.
I think it is though, AB.
Nah.
I think this score, because Josh Allen, as great as he is, and obviously as he makes incredible plays. Sometimes some plays that I feel like only he can make. But he gave tried to give the Packers every opportunity late in this game to get back in the game. And that's the only, you talk about a lot, being able to run the ball, play defense. Obviously, they got the defense part down, they got the passing part down, but can they run the ball? When it's 5 minutes on the clock, you up a couple scores, can they actually run the clock out? Can, Josh Allen make smarter plays? Because you look at even his stat line, 13 with 25, 218, and like the big plays were there, obviously, and he makes special plays with his arms and his legs, but you got to be able to put teams away. And I feel like that's why I put them in the bowl. I get it. They're wagging right now. Most people put them 1 right now in the power rankings. I might have Kansas City just one little notch above them just because I done seen them do it.
Did Buffalo play Kansas City this year?
Yeah, they played them regular season. They played last year in the postseason.
I mean,
and the year before that.
You're talking about this year.
Before that. This year. Come on, man. So if I had to pick one right now, I'm taking the Chiefs out the AFC. You taking the Bills? I can't argue with you there, but that's my only concern with the Bills is that can they run the ball when they need to? Because it's going to be all on Josh Allen and his arm, and obviously he got great weapons around him. Diggs, Davis, Knox. But I mean, I don't know, bro. But shout out to the Bills, man. Dominated last night.
I just saw a couple weeks ago, so shit. I do know
that. Play at the end of the game. Ended it. Shout out to Ron Johnson too.
Baller. Yeah. So I mean, we'll see. You like Kansas City. I like the Bills, but again, I don't think you can be wrong with either one of those teams. But on the flip side, Green Bay, man, it's not looking good for them at all.
4 in a row.
That's 4 in a row. Yeah, 4 in a row. I don't think I don't think A-Rod's been in a situation like this. And even halftime, I think it was coming out of halftime report, I asked head coach, like, man, you're down. Like, what can you do? What can the team do? And I think he was even befuddled. Like, man, he really wanted to be like, shit, I don't know. You know what I mean? But he was like, hey, we got to act like this score is 0-0, and we got to figure out, what type of character we have. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
good answer. But at the end of the day, man, that's when it's like, man, shit. We don't got the plays to draw up. We gotta find it. So
they lost their two backers too. So yeah. I know that was, and the guys that replaced them, I think coming into the game, played 6 total snaps leading into that, because Devondre Campbell, he's a guy who literally played every snap, and then they kicked the rookie Walker out for pushing the coach on the sideline. Did you see that?
Yeah, he pushed the player, then he pushed the coach. Like, I don't know what.
You thought it was the right call to get him up out of there?
I don't think it was the right call getting him out of there. But I mean, throw a flag, unsportsmanlike, whatever, and keep it moving. Yeah. I don't think it was right throwing him out the game.
Yeah, I think so too. You give him the 15-yard, a personal foul. Obviously, if you get one personal foul, if you get another one, you out of the game. But I don't think it was enough to get him up out of there. But Packers 3-5 right now, 4 losses in a row. It's ugly out there, man.
Hey,
so we'll hear A-Rod's explanation tomorrow on Pat's show.
Hey, you heard it here last week. My overreaction. Green Bay don't make the playoffs.
That might be it is what it is. That might be one of them is what it is right now. Hey, Stamp that.
I'm stamping that one.
Stamp that, man. Hey, stick it in the NFC North. His team surprising a lot of people. First year head coach, first year GM. Still got Kirk Cousins at the helm. 6-1 right now in that NFC North, man. 6-1. So you got a 4-game lead in that loss column with the Packers, and you already beat them this year. 6-1 for the Vikings right now, coming off a win against the Arizona Cardinals, who sit at 3-5 right now. D-Hop had another great day. He's all the way back.
12 for 159.
Yeah, he is all the way back. Dalvin Cook, 20 carries, 111 yards. They handle business. Vikings handle business. It got close late. I thought I talked myself into picking the Cardinals in this one. I don't know why I picked the Vikings. I said, you know what, the Cardinals, D-Hop bad defense, maybe. Talked myself into this one, though. But Vikings 6-1. Pat P had a whole lot to say. A lot of interesting things to say after the game too. I know that's one of your former teammates, but what you thought about this game?
Man, it was a good game, and like you said with Pat P, man, I knew he was going to be up for this game, being that he had a long successful career in AZ, man. But it was a good game, like you said. D-Hop came out the ball, man. 12 for 159, not missing the beat. Obviously, Kyler Murray's looking for him. Harrison Smith, you see right here in the stat zone, 6 tackles, 1 pick, man. That's 3 for him on the season. Again, man, Minnesota getting the job.
Man alum.
Yeah, man alum, man. Minnesota Vikings, they're getting the job done. Taking it one game at a time, man. But I like what I'm seeing. Justin Jefferson doing what he does.
Shout out to the guy, GM, first year GM.
Yeah, Quasi, text him last night. Man, y'all rolling, man. Y'all rolling.
First year GM, man. First year head coach with Kevin O'Connell, and coming over here taking a team that we both said before the season. You look around that meet room, you look around that locker room. They got the talent. They got the pieces all up and down that roster on both sides. So now they're putting them together and getting wins, man, in different ways. But part of this game, during this win, Pat P had a
Yes, video games come to life.
That boy with the Call of Duty,
man,
celebration.
Pat P, man, he had a good game yesterday, man. He had 3 PBUs. He should have had like 2 picks though.
Yeah.
2 picks.
Yeah. That first one in the end zone.
First one in the end zone. It was a jump ball that I feel like he could have had, and it was like a curl he broke on. He broke up. Mm-hmm. So he was, like I said, man, I knew he was gonna be up for this game going against his old mob. But good game, man. Shout out to Minnesota, man. At the top of that division right now.
These 2 teams right here, obviously feel like trending in 2 different directions.
Yeah.
What you think the Cardinals got a chance to turn around, figure it out, and then with the Vikings, you think they continue on this trend and continue to play like how they're playing right now?
So I mean, with the Vikings, you got to look at their division, right? So you look at their division, you got the Bears not playing very well. I mean, I would say inconsistent right now. The Detroit Lions doing what
Same old Lions.
Same old Lions. And then the only other team in that division that you came into the year and was like, okay, the Packers, and they're on a 4-game losing streak. So Minnesota Vikings in the driver's seat. They just got to continue to do what they do and don't let this success get to their head, man. And then the Arizona Cardinals just playing inconsistent, bro. It's very inconsistent football. Again, you look in their division, you got the San Francisco 49ers playing well, coming off a good game yesterday. C-Mac balling. You got the LA Rams catching that L. Then you got the Seattle Seahawks led by Geno Smith, man, out there balling. So right now it's not looking
still ain't right back.
It's not looking good for the Arizona Cardinals. So again, like you said, two teams trending in different directions. Minnesota Vikings in the driver's seat. Arizona Cardinals, man, they got to go on a run.
Yeah. And the Cardinals, historically, at least under Cliff, they ain't the team that you bet on to figure it out late in the season. Usually they hot right now, and then they tail off at the end. So not looking good right now. What else we got? What other game we got? We got to talk about our Colts, man. Got to talk about our Colts, man. Washington football team came to Lucas Oil, got a 1-point win. We had the game under control. Scary Terry goes up and make a big grab on kind of a scramble play. Taylor Heineke gets the job done. 23 for 31, 279, a touchdown and a pick. And then Sam Ellinger in his first start, he played decent. I feel like he played decent, but we couldn't get nothing going to run game. Defense played all right too. Obviously, we let it down at the end, man. But shout out your former teammates. Glenn going into the Ring of Honor. Saw a lot of legends were in the house, man. But what was your takeaway? What's going on out there in Indy, man? We sit at 3-4-1 right now.
Yeah, 3-4-1, like you said, man. Shout out to Todd Glenn, man. Ring of Honor, one of the OGs, man. That was a staple in turning that organization around. Yesterday, man, like you said, like I think Sam Ellinger, he played a decent game. You know what I mean? It wasn't great. He didn't play bad. To my point that we were discussing on Saturday is that he'll bring an element to that position, to that offense that Matt Ryan couldn't do. And that was being able to be mobile and move around in that pocket. And a lot of times they kind of did what I thought they was going to do, roll him out, get him out the pocket, cut the field in half so he didn't have to make those 3 to 4 reads. And again, the game is going, you're going to have your ups and your downs in the game. Where I had a problem at the end was when they were up. They were up, 16 to...
Before they kicked that field goal?
It was, the Colts were up 16, I want to say like 16-9, 16-10 or something like that. And the Colts had the ball, and the offensive call was run, pass. At that time, you just mentioned in the Buffalo game, like, you got to put this team away. Like, you run this clock out and put the team away. And that play call, it's okay, it's run. All right, third down, you got to pass. So as a opposing defense, I know what I can dial up.
Yeah.
They got real complacent. Obviously, like you said, the run game didn't have much of a run game, man, but 3-4-1.
Taylor had a bad fumble too.
Bad fumble, yeah. It just seemed like we come here and say the same thing each and every week. Same
shit. And at this point in the season, at this point in the tenure for the coaching staff and all that stuff, like, we got to figure it out, man. And you saw, especially with I know, and we know the owner, Jim Irsay, and having all those legends in the building. having everything that's going on in Lucas. So I know he's feeling some type of way, man. But you got to figure it out. The bad fumble. And the fumble came, I want to say, a play or two after our best offensive play. Alec Pierce, rookie receiver, made a beautiful catch on the deep ball from Ellinger. Keep messing his name up. And then JT broke up the whole hit, boom, fumble, which happens. But coughed the ball up. Shaq Leonard, he came, but he got a pick in the fourth. I thought that was kind of going to be the tide turning play. But then Heineke got the ball back late, and that's what good players do. Terry McLaurin went up and made a contested catch over Gilmore.
Great catch.
That's what he does.
And the
best.
Man alum.
That's what another man alum. That's what Scary Terry does best. Them 50-50, them moment of truth type balls. He goes up and get them, and he got it. And the biggest moment for his team, man. So, hey, they had to be us, man. Washington Commanders sitting at 4-4 right now, and we sitting at a stank 3-4-1. We gotta figure some shit out, man. We gotta figure some shit out.
Got to.
And figure it out right now. We'll fly through some of these other games. Stay in the AFC South, 17-10. Malik Willis first start. Derrick Henry ran all over, through, and around the Houston Texans per usual. 32 carries, 219 yards, 2 TDs. Hope somebody had him on the fantasy team. Davis Mills, 17-29, 152. Ugly stat line. Malik Willis only threw the ball 10 times, 6 for 10, 55 yards. 1 pick. He said after the game, hey, if they can't stop the run, why the hell would we throw the ball? Which,
and I agree. Sure. Henry, if you look at like the last 4 or 5 times Derrick Henry played the Texans, shit, I know he couldn't sleep the night before the game.
Yeah, man. Couldn't wait. But Titans moved to 5-2. Looking like the same old Texans. Lovie Smith at the helm right now. All these second-year quarterbacks seem to be struggling right now. Davis Mills, not a great game, so they sit at 1-5-1. Giants Seahawks. You call this game?
I did. I caught I was on the Sunday ticket looking at it, man. Like you said, Seahawks was able to win this game, man. Geno Smith, man, still out there balling. Cooking, man. Tyler Lockett, man. It was a lot to be said. It was a lot in this game, but it kind of shows you as far as like team-wise and team culture, like where the Seattle Seahawks are right now. Lockett had some plays that was very uncharacteristic of him, dropping
2 big drops.
Yeah, 2 big drops, a fumble that led to a New York Giants score. But then, him coming back, and getting a tug, man. So, and then they had a press conference with I think it was Lockett, Geno, and DK up there, man. So just good culture in that building, man. But a good solid win for the Seahawks, man. I had the Giants in this one, but
I think I did too. Yeah, I had the Giants in this one too. I thought Seattle struggled more with that Giants rush attack. And Barkley Saquon only had 20 carries, 53 yards, had a tug. But Geno, once again, 23 for 34, 212 yards, 2 TDs. So he's been playing lights out, all season long. And if we took names and faces off of jerseys, he'll be in top 2, 3 in most people's MVP conversation. And
I hate his like that.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Love to see him, putting them numbers up and obviously betting on himself. You play that quarterback position, you show you can play and lead your teams to wins, you're going to get paid. So shout out to Geno, man. Thriving out there, cooking out there. Woo.
Hey, San Francisco, man. San Francisco playing at home is what it seemed like every time they go out to LA, man. Big win, 31-14 over the Los Angeles Rams. San Francisco 49ers sitting at 4-4. The Rams sitting at 3-4. And C-Mac, man, that addition to C-Mac was out there cooking yesterday, eating.
Yeah.
As you can see here in the stat zone, McCaffrey becomes just the 11th player to throw, rush, and receive a touchdown in the same game. My question to you, obviously Deebo Samuel did not play yesterday, but the addition to C-Mac, man, like, and I tweeted this yesterday, like when Deebo gets back, And you got Debo, you got C-Mac, you got George Kittle, you got Juice. You got an offense, man, where it could be real scary for opposing defenses, bro.
Could be. That shit is Wednesday when you come in when they put them game records up. Usually it's 3 game records on offense. So those names you just mentioned, but not only that, and their talent, like the versatility, man. Like where they gonna be? Where is C-Mac gonna be? He could be lined up obviously in the backfield. He could be out wide. Same with Debo. Kittle can move around. They get him more involved in the passing game. Thank God. For a while, he was like the 6th offensive lineman out there.
Right.
And then Juice at the fullback position, who's very, very talented in the run and pass game. IU can't be slept on. So they got weapons everywhere. It's just going to be on Jimmy G.
Yeah.
Jimmy G take care of the ball, not turn it over, not make his staple bonehead play and put the defense in a bad situation. But 31-14, beat up on him. Cooper Kupp. I didn't get an update on his injury, but I did see him go down late in this game. It was already out of hand. They threw him the ball. He got tackled. I think it was Fred Warner, and he just kind of rolled up a little bit. But this 49ers team, man, right now, I say it's going to be one of 4 teams that hoist that Lombardi. And then I got 2 teams on the outside looking in. On the AFC side, teams we mentioned already, Chiefs and the Bills. On the NFC side, Philly.
Okay.
And then I got San Fran. San Fran will be Philly, San Fran, and Dallas. But Dallas is still a wild card right there for me. But this Niners team, obviously Jimmy G is a question mark, but I done seen Jimmy G get to a championship game. That's a huge question mark. And they've been to a championship and they've been to a Super Bowl already.
I don't care about none of that. I'm talking about like right now. We looking. I don't.
I care. Because Dak ain't never sniffed none of that.
I get it, but I can care less about what have you done for me lately? What you did 2 years ago, like, nah. I can't rock with that, D. But
those are my 4 right there. And then outside looking in, I ain't quite sure about yet is your Bengals. I picked my Chargers preseason, but they got some shit to figure out right now. Your Bengals, Chase come back. Hopefully Chase come back in a few weeks. And then, like I said, the Cowboys. If that can keep it rolling, keep getting better and better each week. Tony Pollard, we'll talk about that game later, but Tony Pollard looked good in Zeke's absence.
He's a
we
running
know
back
what that defense is.
He's a running back 1. But, okay, so those are your 4. Like, I can't just – in the AFC, I'm rocking with Buffalo and Kansas City. I think we agree on that.
Mm-hmm.
We agree on that. In the NFC, I'm going Philly. And Minnesota's about to make me a believer. Like, I just can't – you 6-1, like, well, obviously you got to finish the season all strong. I can't sleep with Minnesota. They have the formula to win. Like, your quarterback isn't the best quarterback, but he can get the job done. You have a good run game. You got
Cook and Madison.
Exactly. And then on the defensive side, sure, you got a solid defense. So guys, we're gonna have to see. San Francisco got to win a couple more.
I feel you. They're sitting at 4-4 right now, and I'm putting them in the NFC Championship. So I feel you 1,000%. But those are your 4. Those are my 4. I guess we'll see. But Christian McCaffrey, you already mentioned it, 11th player to throw, rush, and receive a TD in a single game. These are the other 10 players: LT, David Patton, Walter Payton, Harmon Wages, Dan Reed, shout out Dan Reed, Keith Lincoln, John Henry Johnson, Gene Gedman, Frank Gifford, and Ray Renfro. And everybody after, I don't know why David Patton don't have a picture. Like he's young enough to have a picture up there, but all the other guys, 69 Wages, Reeves 67, Lincoln 65, Johnson 60, Gedman 58, 56, and 53. So it don't happen too often. Last time was 2005 with LT. But that's crazy.
Shout out C-Mac, man. He look like a total different play out there in San Fran.
Man, and he was playing good ball too in Carolina. So, but you get to San Fran and coming into the game, you knew Debo was out, but it was like, obviously, you want to get out there. It's a big time weapon, but you still look around at offense. You Jimmy G, you look to your left, you see a couple. Shit, we all right.
Yeah.
Call what you want to call.
Sure.
Shanahan and Jeff Wilson, the starting running back before C-Mac came over. I believe his name has been in some trade rumors as well.
That'll be a good pickup for somebody because he told that rock.
Yeah.
He told that rock.
For sure. Another game. I think we're both on the same side with this one.
Sure, no game. Talking about another game. This shit wasn't no game. Oh, Philadelphia Eagles 7-0 put up 35 on the Pittsburgh Steelers 2-6.
Shit was over. Hello,
man. What man? Jalen Hurts, AJ Brown. Hey, this connection, man. Like we've been missing this, man. We need to see this, man. Like Jalen Hurts, man. He throw that shit down the right sideline. Hey, I'm talking about Minka is one of the top safeties in the league. I'm talking about good position, but AJ Brown just a dog. You know what I mean? He getting paid too, man. As you see here,
a lot.
AJ Brown got 6 catches, 156 yards, and 3 touchdowns.
Yeah,
crazy. Great day at the office.
Great day at the office. And you look at all those touchdowns, at least 2 of them. Shit, I think all 3 actually got, as you mentioned, it's 2 guys on them.
2 guys.
So I know he get paid. We use that for a one-on-one matchup. We put 2 on you, we got to win that matchup. And obviously we talked about, Minka being one of the best safeties in the league. Witherspoon, he had that red dot on him. 2-on-1, we got to win that matchup. I don't care about, I'm sure if I go back to the film, I can look at where Minka lined up and be like, bro, give me 1 more yard. Because sometimes, you got to be off. You got to be off. But if you got Swole Batman out there doing what he's doing, somebody else got to beat us, cuz.
Get on that hash, man. But hey,
on the mission.
Okay, we overreacting, D-Butt. They 7-0.
I put them in the Super Bowl before the year, so.
Okay, I'm with you on that one. 17-0. Can they do it?
Oh. I mean, they can do it, obviously, but I'm gonna say no. They got the best division in football right now. So they got to play Giants, Cowboys, Commanders. So I think those will be tough to sweep that division you're looking at. Overall, they got a pretty favorable schedule though. But I say no to the 17-0. But still like them to make that championship and a Super Bowl appearance, man. They just built the right way, man. I feel like Jalen Hurts is the right quarterback, right mindset. And the last thing you want as a defensive player, the last thing you want to see is Jalen Hurts making pinpoint accurate passes and reads from the pocket. Last thing you want to see him doing, because that, like, we know what else he can do. But if he's doing that consistently, which he has been doing this year, man, they're a nightmare offense. A lot of talent. And then defensively, they just brought Robert Quinn over to already one of the best defense in the league.
Yeah.
Probably the best complete secondary in the league. So, yeah, I love everything about this Eagles team. What you think about their chances of going from a player who had an opportunity to go undefeated? Many people can't say that. What you think about their chances?
Hey, bro, I went down memory lane last night. I was just looking at the Colts records, like from 05 to starting at 04 on up, man. It was like you had some 14-2, some 12-4s. I was on a 14-0 team. And then just looking at the scores, it was like a lot of 1-point win, 3-point wins. You know what I mean? A lot of close games.
Close games, yeah.
And I would say, like, our offense obviously was top notch. Our defense was good as well. Not gonna say they're gonna run the table and go, but they have a good chance. Just the way the offense is playing and the defense is playing, man, and they're playing with confidence, bro. Like, and And I think that's the most important thing is like they're playing with confidence, and
a lot of confidence.
It's not just one way that they're winning. You know, they can run the ball, so they got, and it's crazy zone read. You know, then you got your weapons on the outside. Your tight end Goddard is a guy that you got to have eyes on, and as you mentioned, on the defensive side of the ball, the front is nasty. The secondary, you got names in the secondary who can play, man. So they have a good shot of making that run. It's gonna be tough, but hey, it's Overreaction Monday, man. They can go get it done, man.
They can definitely go get it done.
I like the Philadelphia Eagles, man.
And them names on the back end: Darius Slay, James Bradbury, Epps has been balling.
Gardner Johnson.
Chauncey Gardner Johnson, who third pick in a row. One game he had 2, so third game he done got a pick. Maddox is a dog in the slot as well, and then obviously we know the dogs up front. You know, Graham, Hargraves, Cox, all those guys. But here's their upcoming schedule. Obviously, just blew the doors off of the Steelers, which the Steelers haven't won in Philly since 1965. You would have heard that little nugget on the pick show on Saturday. Next week, Houston. This is the Eagles' upcoming schedule to finish the year. Let me know win or loss in your mind.
Yep.
Next week, Houston Texans at Houston Texans.
Win.
Week after that, Washington Commanders.
Well, so that I feel like that's
with Taylor Heineke. Could be a
Monday
night game too. Prime time.
That could be a tough one. Prime time.
It's prime time.
Divisional matchup, but I'm gonna say win.
I'm gonna say win too. Week after that, at the Colts.
Win.
Week after that, Green Bay at home.
Win.
Tennessee Titans at home.
I feel like that could be a tough one.
Be a tough one. Very winnable, obviously, but
very winnable. So I'll give them a dub.
At the Giants.
Another tough. I'm gonna say I'll say they lose that one.
All right, at the Giants. Then you got at the Bears.
Dub.
At the Cowboys.
That could be another one.
Saints at home, and then Giants again. So they got Giants twice, Packers, Cowboys.
I ain't tripping off the Packers. The games that I'm looking at are and again, I think they kind of talking about in the chat, like it could be one of them games where the Philadelphia Eagles, they come in sleeping on the team, Colts, the Bears or whatever. But in my mind, I'm going to say they're going to come into each game ready, prepared, not sleep on anybody. I think it's going to be an NFC East team.
Yeah, that probably 2-0. I can see it 15-2. I'm going to go 15-2, which is a very obviously impressive record. 15-2. They got home field advantage throughout the playoffs. Let's see what the young man can do, man.
Yeah.
It's hurt season, baby. Speaking of these third-year quarterbacks, man. Burrow, Herbert, Hurts, Tua. Looking good.
I would say right now, I would say Hurts, Tua, and Burrow. I would say Hurts.
So disrespectful.
Hurts.
She's so disrespectful. I ain't gonna pull up Herbert's numbers.
Hey, Hurts, Tua, and Burrow, man. The three young men, man. They balling right now.
That boy disrespectful.
And I would say this, man. Just you got to give him time. You got to give him time. I know people were trying to write Tua off, injury prone. Can he stay healthy, left-handed or whatever? And I might have been on that side too. Like I don't see it.
I was on the kiddie table for a little bit, but
yeah. You had 1 foot off though.
Once they brought the weapons in, then the jury was out on Mike McDaniel. But hey, he is who they said he was. Mike McDaniel, he is who they said he was, man. Shout out Mike McDaniel, man. He got Tua cooked. Tua, you can see him. I know you watch as a safety, and that's something that we watch on film for quarterbacks. Like, is he a half field reader? Is he a full? Does he go through progressions? Is he kind of confident in the offense and where people are? And you can see that with Tua. It jumps off the tape. Like he goes through right play action, whatever it is. And more times than not, he got pinpoint accuracy with the ball as well. And then you got a type of speed out there like that, man. With Tyreek Hill and Jaden Watt like that. Right. That speed is stressful to line up across.
On any defense.
Any coverage.
Because typically, so you just mentioned it, right? You just mentioned the Pittsburgh and Philadelphia game where it's like as a safety, it's like, okay, well, I'm going to lean to AJ Brown's side. Like, but even with them, like, it's kind of like, because you still got a dog on the other side, but with these two guys, well, you got Jalen Waddle and you got Tyreek Hill as a safety, I got to back up at least 5 yards. And that's not me playing
from your usual landmark.
My usual 15 to 17. Like, it's just like this week, I got to play a little deeper just because, like, my angle, like, you know what I mean? If I'm caught too shallow, too flat, like, my angle is not going to allow me to get to that intersecting point. So, man, like you say, man, having that speed on that field is crazy. And the stats here, like, Hill 12 for 188 and Waddle 8 for 106. Like, come on, man.
And this, I mean, I believe Tyreek Hill is still top of the league receiving yards. They obviously the top tandem in the league right now, but they were down this game, I believe, 2 scores maybe.
Yeah, Detroit came out 14-9.
Yeah, and came back. And Detroit has shown, week in, week out, once again, they compete with anybody. It ain't like people just coming out and just punching them out from quarter 1 to quarter 4. But you got to be able to win these games, man. And we talked about what a successful season would look like for the Detroit Lions coming off of Hard Knocks. I said, give me 7-8 wins. That's enough for me to sit down with MCDC if I'm the owner after the season and say, hey, job well done. Let's keep building this thing. But, I mean, it's looking like right now, it's looking like another three-win season, something like that. So what's going to be the move there, if it's going to be one?
Honestly, man, this is like I mentioned with the quarterbacks, like, you have to give them time. And to your point, like, you can see, like, the Detroit Lions are in games. Obviously, we need to see wins.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say give him one more year.
You heard AB, give him one more year.
I'll say give him
DC one more year.
Give him one more year because, again, it's like and it's crazy. I think Zach just said it. You had a great coach in Jim Caldwell there, right? You got him out of there, and he was winning 8-9 games, right? So now it's like a revolving. Huh?
Yeah. Did he win 10? I want to say, did he go 10 and 6 on you?
He might have won 10. I'm talking about, I think the year that they got him out of there, he won like 8 or 9 games. So right now it's like, okay, if you get rid of coach now, shit, all you're doing is starting back over. Somebody coming in, they want their guy at the quarterback. They want, so I say give them one more year. Detroit Lions are playing tough. Obviously, we're not here for participation point, you know what I'm saying? We want to see wins, but
no more victories, man.
Not at all, man. But it's rough, man. When I seen the score 14-0, I'm like, oh shit, like it's gonna be the one for the day.
Nah. And I was on Sunday Ticket just like you, and they black out certain games. So this is one of the games that was blacked out since I was down at home. So I couldn't really see the game. I was just seeing the updates. I didn't want to go to that game and take off mother 4 games that was on the screen.
Yeah.
But kept seeing the updates. Tyreek, man, man, I'm so glad we got him, man. That dude right there, 1 of 1. I tweeted yesterday, and I be in the moment.
Yeah, in the moment. Yeah, next week.
But I'm gonna stand on this and Tyreek Hill is the best receiver in the league, best wide receiver in the league. Argue with your man. But the Lions, to your point, they fired Jim Caldwell after going 36-28 as a Detroit Lions head coach. 36-28. Since then, let me put that. They've played 72 games since then, if my math is correct. What you think their record is? Out of 72
since then, I say they probably won 11 games.
Damn. 18, 52-2.
Shit, I want that far. You said damn, like shit. I want that far. I said 11.
18, 52-2. Since firing Jim Caldwell. Once again, Jim Caldwell went 36 and 28 as the Detroit Lions head coach. So, take that for what you will, man. But Detroit got to figure it out. AB said give MCDC one more year.
And one more year. They
in this year 3-14. I'll let you down. We gotta bring somebody in. Anybody. I feel like anybody can come in and do 3-14.
Hell no. Since Jim, it was who you had. Who was it?
Matty P.
He ain't do it.
Was Schwartz there? Was Schwartz there coach after Jim? Jim Schwartz. See the first one? I don't know.
I don't know, but shit, like
get Tone in here. Tone, type of in. Let me know who y'all coaches been.
Man,
but
it's rough.
Shout out to these Saints, man. Saints, Andy Dalton, and the Saints. Honey Badger got another pick, tips and overthrows, baby. But shut the Las Vegas Raiders out 24-0. It was a crazy stat. The Raiders hadn't been across midfield until like the 2-minute mark in this game. They hadn't run an offensive snap across midfield. And this was another team that had a lot of preseason hype. Made the big trade for Devontae Adams, who most people said, hey, this is a 1-2 receiver in the league. Obviously, you had Darren Waller there. You got Hunter Renfrow there. Josh Jacobs actually is toting that thing like never before in his career in the league right now. But they just can't figure it out, man. 2-5 right now. Josh McDaniels, the head coach, actually apologized to Raiders fans after the game.
I don't want to hear that damn apology. Nobody want to hear that, man. You, like for real, D. But like,
I'm with you, bro. I'm with you.
Like, don't nobody want to hear that. Like, get it done on the field. Like let's get it going. Like and for me, it's like you look at the stat line, right? D. Adams had 1 catch for 3 yards.
1 catch
for 3 yards on 5 targets.
That's crazy.
Like, come on now.
You're supposed to be an offensive mastermind.
You feel what I'm saying? Like somehow, some way, get the ball to your playmakers. Like 2 and 5.
Hill, he ain't going to no game. You could be a quarterback. He ain't get 1 catch, 3 yards. You told the reporter. I get numbers with you.
Yeah. So with the Raiders, like, what is it? Is it the coach?
I mean, shit, it got to be. Honestly, and we both thought that they would give at least some consideration to Bisaccia, the special teams coach who took over as interim head coach after John Gruden got caught up with the email shit. And then Henry Ruggs had his tragic situation off the field. They had all type of shit going on in that facility. You know how that is when all those things are going on internally to go out and play football games. And they got to the playoffs, obviously lost in the playoffs. But you would think Mark Davis would at least consider him for that job. And I don't know if he did or not, but you let him walk. And I think he's a special teams coordinator in Green Bay, I believe. But I think he could have been at least considered a job. Josh McDaniels, you come in, you got your quarterback in place. Once again, you make a trade for a receiver that you're paying close to $30 million a year. You got the talent. You went and got Chandler Jones too, who's a dog as well. So Patrick Graham, who I know is a smart and a good coach. I was with him in New England. But yeah, you gotta put this on a goose egg. I think it's only been 3 teams who put a goose egg out. Our team, our coach are one of them. I think it's only been 3 teams this season to go out there and put a goose egg out. So yeah, that's embarrassing from the coaching staff on down. Let me actually, I know you don't want to hear it. Let me hear his. I just saw the tweet. Let me hear his apology.
So I have to do a much better
job
of getting ourselves ready to go here. That's we're better than that, and I apologize to Raider Nation for that performance, and again, I own that. That's my responsibility. So we have to do much better, obviously, in every phase.
All right, so Josh McDaniels apologized. He owned that. They got to do much better. So sorry about it. Falcons. They get a win, even though they tried their hardest not to. 37-34. PJ Walker with unbelievable. The throw of the day. Out rolling out to his left, probably 60, 70 yards in the air, hit DJ Moore in stride. DJ Moore hit one of the cardinal sins on the football field, which everyone on the football field knows, at least from college. You don't take your helmet off on the field. He took his helmet off. Kicker missed the extra point. Kicker missed another kick later in the game. Falcons ended up winning this with a kick, a walk-off field goal in overtime. Falcons, 4-4, sitting on top of the NFC South right now after a close win. Panthers came out. They fought. They played hard, and it was very, very close to getting to being victorious. What would your takeaways from this Falcons-Panthers game?
Man, you said it. I think everybody kind of figured that it was going to be a tough matchup. Divisional teams, they know each other well. And it was crazy how we talked about it, like the winner of this game was going to be the leader in this division. We also spoke when, Steve Wilkes became the interim head coach that we was like, oh, Coach Wilkes going to have this team fighting hard and playing hard. And that's what, the Panthers, they've been playing some really good ball. Again, like you said, DJ Moore, great catch, great pass by PJ Walker. Obviously, emotions running high. Take your helmet off. You can't do that. Still, so he was wrong on that front. Kicker, obviously, it's not as easy as a kick as it would have been, but you still got to make that kick. Then you get another chance. You missed that one. So I hate it for my guy Steve Wilkes, but again, the Falcons, man, they finding ways to win. Sitting 4-4 at the top of the division right now. A lot of people not talking about the Falcons in the NFC, but hey, man, we gotta inform him here. He's a dog. He's downhill, a downhill runner. The Falcons, man, we gonna see. We're gonna see if they can.
Yeah, you ain't about to get me talking about the Atlanta Falcons.
Hey,
hell no. They done. I had them I picked them yesterday and literally I watched the game. I'm like, man, what the was I thinking?
I think we both picked them.
Yep.
But hey, I mean, they 4-4.
Who was favored in this game? Was it
I think the Falcons.
Okay. So yeah, I think they were favored by 4, won by 3, so won but didn't cover. But win, no less. A big win, no less. We saw what this Panthers team did to the Bucs last time they took the field. So that's a win, man. And then, as G.I. Joe just said, Cordell Patterson coming off IR soon. So maybe at some point I will be talking about the Atlanta Falcons.
Hey,
but
he's 4-4, man. They're at the top of the NFC South, brother.
They're at the top. Another 4-14 that AB said would not make the playoffs. Will have a long year. The New England Patriots found a way to win. Mac Jones bailed out. Michael Carter II had a beautiful pick six along the sideline. They called it bullshit, roughing the passer call. But nonetheless, I hate it too, man. But Patriots win 22-17. Zach Wilson struggled through some just bone picks. Back foot, just throwing it got to be better than that. Jets still sit at 5-3 right now. Which is a pretty good record, a better record than most would expect for the Jets going forward. I mean, sitting right now. But 4-4 Patriots, 5-3 Jets. McCourty 2 picks. Shout out Dev, still getting it done.
Yeah.
Any takeaways from this game? This AFC matchup, 13 in a row now for the Patriots.
Yeah, man. Like you said, Zach Wilson, man, bonehead throws, man. Making some terrible decisions, man, with the ball in his hand. Me, man, I was dead ass wrong about the Patriots, man. They're getting it done, finding ways to get it done. Sitting in a nice spot in that division because I just feel like they're going in 2 different directions as far as the Jets and the Patriots. So Bill Belichick leading that team, man, finding ways to get it done. We're gonna see, man. We're gonna see, how this tail ends up, how the tape ends up with these 2 teams.
That's a fact. And we talked about the third-year quarterbacks earlier. And you said, hey, you got to give them time. These second-year quarterbacks, man. Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson, Mac Jones, Justin Fields, Davis Mills. Justin Fields, I feel like had a decent game yesterday. I feel like they're coaching his abilities a little better now. And I feel like I thought coming into the draft, if I had to pick one of these guys, I said Justin Fields. would be the best one out of this draft. Obviously, these guys got a lot of football left ahead of them. Trevor Lawrence still making bonehead plays, bonehead decisions. Zach Wilson, same thing. Justin Fields sits in the pocket too long, not great talent around him. Davis Mills, he's with the Texans. Trey Lance, he's hurt, obviously. But what's your thought on these second-year quarterbacks that were, they put a lot of hype on these guys coming out?
I mean, they're gonna do that. They're gonna do that every year, especially at the quarterback position. Again, man, you might call me crazy, but again, it doesn't help them that these good quarterbacks get drafted by these horrible teams. You have to take that into account where when you're talking about their growth and how they're playing, man, you have to give these young quarterbacks some time. It's going to be some growing pains as we're seeing, like you said, like Trevor Lawrence yesterday. Bonehead play. You got him down in the red zone on the 1-2 yard line. You scrambling out. Just throw the ball away. Just throw it out of bounds.
A couple of weeks ago too.
You know what I mean? So second year, you're gonna have these struggles. You got to give them some time, and you got to be able to live through that.
I'm with you, man. And Tone, I don't think Justin Fields should have been on it. He shouldn't have made this graphic. That should have been Zach Wilson up there. But second-year quarterbacks, they've been struggling. Bears, I don't think they've done Justin Fields many favors thus far. Trevor Lawrence, they put a lot of talent around him. They started this season off. This was one of your teams, Jaguars. They said, hey, don't be surprised if these Jags make a run. But shit, here we are. They looking like the same old Jags.
Making a run the other way.
Same old Jags. But shout out, we got some news coming from college.
Hey,
yes,
shout out BJ Jones, man. Inside HBCU football, man. He tweeted out this morning, don't look now, but that HU Bison football is currently sitting in first place in the MEAC. We 2-0 in the MEAC right now. We got 3 games left. All conference opponents. Take it one game at a time, Bison. But I love to see it, man. Shout out to Coach Scott and the boys, man. Man, I love to see it, man. Come, still got some ways to go,
man.
But 3 games left, man. Take it one game at a time, man.
Ed's son was out there balling too. He was in the Indy yesterday.
Man, Ed's son, true freshman. I texted Ed yesterday. At one point, I think
that's him right there in the 5.
In the 5. I think they got 2 5s.
Okay, that's a DB.
Yeah. But he had like 8 carries, like 103 yards in the tub. So he balling, man.
That's what's up, man. Shout out to Howard, man.
G.I. Joe actually do the champs of the MEAC and SWAC play at the end of the year. Yes, they do. Last year, it was South Carolina State from the MEAC versus Jackson State and SWAC. Obviously, the MEAC is the big brother. You know what I'm saying? MEAC is the big brother. But
so y'all on the collision course right now.
Hey.
I'm here to see it, man. I'm here to see it because they had our college game day down there at Jackson State this past weekend.
They did.
And Jackson State had an impressive performance on the field. I want to say they won 35 zip, maybe, over Southern. And then Coach Prime spoke after the game. I wish I should have sent this video in. But Coach Prime spoke after the game, and he was like, yeah, we had a great performance. I'm happy for our guys. But I think, college game day coming down and seeing how we show up and show out, like I think that was kind of a win for not only us, but Southern and just everybody as a whole. So shout out to Pat, Kurt, and the crew going down to Jackson State putting on the show, man. I was definitely tapped in, and it was electric from beginning to end.
I enjoyed it, man.
Definitely. Tonight's game, Monday Night Football, Cincinnati Bengals, AB's Cincinnati Bengals, 3.5-point favorites going out there to their divisional foe, the Cleveland Browns. Monday Night Football, Bengals at Browns. I already know which way you going. Even with Jamar Chase out, you like him to win and cover over the Browns.
I like him to win and cover. I'm with Joe Burrow and the boys. Who you got?
I'm with you. I got the Bengals to win and cover. A matchup I will be keeping an eye on this game, though. Greg Newsome, second-year corner. Been playing very well in that slot. He'll be matched up with Tyler Boyd. So with no Jamar Chase out there, obviously the targets, the emphasis, a little more focused defensively will be on T. Higgins and Tyler Boyd. So I'm gonna definitely be locked in on that matchup. And then can they block Myles Garrett? It's Halloween. That's a monster. So, yeah, he's scary for sure. And he can wreck a game. And obviously keep your eyes peeled on the FanDuel website, fanduel.com/Darius Butler. With the FanDuel Sportsbook, I'll be putting together a same game parlay for tonight's game. Actually, before we get up out of here, y'all throw a couple props that I should put on there, because literally when I get off this call, I got a call with FanDuel at noon to go through these picks. And what I'm going to put on there is going to be 4, 5, 6 legs, what it's going to be. So help me out, man. Help me out with this one.
Help them out. Shout out to FanDuel.
Oh, this. All right, here we go. G.I. Joe from Twitter. #M2M Live. That's the best way to get your questions answered on the show. AB and DB. This is some Three Musketeers shit, all for one. I damn near love what Coach Carroll got cooking. AB, what sparked your Super Bowl run? Did you know in the preseason? And DB, was Pagano taking the medical leave the most team solidifying moment for you? Thanks.
Man, when did I know? I think
you had 2 Super Bowl runs too, right?
Yeah, but I'll say as far as the first one, man, I already knew what I was walking into. The year before I got there, 2005, they went 14-2. They lost in the divisional round against the Pittsburgh Steelers. That infamous Gary Brackett hit on Jerome Bettis on the bus. He fumbled. Nick Harper scoops it up. Ben Roethlisberger get the shoestring tackle, and just walking in.
Oh
walking into the locker room, man. Like everybody in there was like, man, we should have a Super Bowl. Like we should be coming off a Super Bowl win. So the vets was like, man, like we got what we need. Like let's go get it. And it was like news to me because we playing in the preseason, and I think we like every year we would go 1-3 in the preseason. We would lose game 1, game 2, win game 3, lose game 4, and I'm like, shit, like we about to be some garbage. but then coming out the gate, man, we winning, man, and we knew we had a chance. We knew we had a chance.
And to the second question, when Coach Chuck was battling leukemia, that was actually my first. So AB was actually there when he first got there and through training camp and all that stuff. I got with the team maybe week 3 going into week 4. Whenever we played the Packers at home, that was my first. Was that my first game? The Jets or the Packers, but anyway, I got there probably 3-4 games into the season, and then Chuck, obviously went out with his with leukemia. My first start was actually that Chuck Strong game. AB was already ball.
Nah, that's what kind of got me to it. So AB
was still fighting a good fight.
Fighting a good fight, bro.
I still had my joint, but a lot of us, shaded and went ball. For Chuck Strong, actually my first start Thursday Night Football, I had one of the best games of my career. BA, took over shortly thereafter. We went on a hell of a run. But we definitely rallied around Chuck. He was still in communication with the team. He would show up in the locker room, depending on how his treatment and stuff and recovery was going. And he made his return to the sideline late that year. That was incredible, man. Yeah. Obviously, his rookie year as a head coach. Andrew Luck's rookie year, the guys were coming off that rough year the year prior. So, I think that definitely galvanized the team for sure.
Yeah, no doubt.
So that was the beginning of the end for you, AB?
That was the beginning of the end, bro. And everybody always asks me, I'm like, man, that damn Chuck Strong, bro. That damn Chuck Strong. That shit ain't.
Hey, this is for a good cause, man.
It was, but
Oh man,
damn, I could still be in the game right now, bro.
still be in the game, man. LeBron's still fighting, man. We thought LeBron was out of there about
I mean,
7-8 years ago. I done
LeBron,
seen some pictures.
he went across the pond and got them good work.
I feel like that should be good for about 2-3 weeks. Then once that season started, when you sweating every night, you out there, whatever. Hey, you gotta get into like Prime. Whatever Prime did, Prime, Brian Urlacher, it's been a couple other ones.
Brian Urlacher got he I was in Chicago not too long ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he plastered around the city with that the procedure that he got.
Word?
Everything.
Oh yeah, they probably cut him that. Not probably, they definitely cut him that
definitely
check.
cut him that check. Yeah.
Nothing wrong with it, man. But before we get up out of here, XFL teams got announced. We love to see this, man. Another opportunity for the guys to get out there. PJ Walker doing his thing right now. You know, he obviously took his opportunity in another league. Turpin out there in Cowboys as a returner. A lot of guys, man. The names, the 8 XFL teams have been announced. AB.
The Vegas Vipers, the Seattle Sea Dragons, the Orlando Guardians, St. Louis Battlehawks, San Antonio how you say that? Brahmas?
Brahma Bulls? Brahmas?
Yeah. Arlington Renegades, Houston Roughnecks, and the DC Defenders.
Who got the weakest name?
2023. Say it again.
Who got the best name? Who got the weakest name?
That's San Antonio Brahmas weak to me. Sure. I like the
Sea Dragons is trash to me. Sea Dragons.
I like the Arlington Renegades and the Houston Roughnecks. I like them too.
If I had to pick one, I'd go. Give me the Vegas Vipers. Give me the Vegas Vipers. That's my mob, and I know who's coaching them, who's the GM. Rod Woodson over there, all-time great defensive back. Give me the Vegas Vipers, man. But shout out to the XFL. Shout out to Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, doing that. Like AB said, February 2023, they'll be back.
Question for you. So obviously, I don't know as far as like a lot of the intricacies as far as on the back end, but it looks like, you know, you got teams in Vegas, you got team in DC, Texas. As far as travel, I think a lot of times, like when we think of travel, when we think of these new leagues, like travel could be a big time. You know what I'm saying? Travel, accommodations, and things of that nature. But as you see here, how you think that's going to work? You think it's what? Like,
that's going to be interesting. And I don't know the schedule yet, how many games, home and away, because the last league they did, I forget what it was, but I feel like everybody was playing in like Alabama, right? Or some shit like that.
You talking about the USFL?
Was it the USFL? The most recent one. It was like no fans, barely any fans in the stands.
Yeah, it's like
coming off COVID.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure, man, but I'm optimistic. You know, I think hopefully The Rock and Danny Garcia, his business partner, you know, I'm hoping they got things figured out and they can figure out the logistics, because that's a big thing a lot of people don't think about. But when we go and play from game to game, I guess a lot of shit that makes that trip as well. A lot of people, a lot of equipment.
Yeah.
We put trucks on the road days before a lot of times. Yeah, so you got to move a whole operation and go from one city to the next. And then, let's say you got a 3-game road trip, you got to do that 3 weeks back to back to back. So that's always, financially, these leagues haven't been able to survive. But let's hope The Rock, The Rock and his business partners got this whole thing figured out. They got teams, all around: Vegas, Seattle, Orlando, St. Louis, San Antonio, Arlington, Houston, DC. Let's hope they got it figured out, man.
But to your point, D-Buck, man, it's another opportunity for guys to show their abilities, man. Another opportunity, man. So exposure. So that's what we all want, man. So again, good luck to The Rock. Good luck to the XFL. Good luck to the coaches, to the guys that gets an opportunity to go out there and highlight their abilities. So I'm excited to see it.
Yes, sir.
Excited to see it.
Appreciate y'all, man.
As always, man, y'all have a happy Halloween. If you're going out there trick-or-treating, be safe, man. Check the candy. Don't let the little ones eat it all in one setting, all that good stuff. Tell a friend and tell a friend. Hit that like button. Subscribe. Get you 30 minutes in, man. Get your little sweat in. Get you a walk. Something.
Start your week off right, man. Hydrate, too.
Yeah.
Hydrate.
Got mine in this morning. Leg day today.
Let's go, man. We'll see y'all Thursday. Live. Same place, same time. Let me see. Let me throw them times up. People that can't listen, that can only read. Live Monday, Thursday, 10 to 11 Eastern Daylight Time on YouTube. And then obviously you can listen back on any podcast platform, man. Presented, sponsored by FanDuel Sportsbook.
Yes,
Appreciate
sir.
y'all for rocking. Ooh, let me throw these records up one more time. Ooh! Start at square one, baby. 59 and 3 against the spread. I'm trying to go to 60 tonight.
Man, I gotta check them, Tone. I don't know, man.
Hear that shit, man. We gone.
Peace.